Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody that has both and is just getting over a really bad cold. So forgive the sound of my head and my nose and my throat and all of that, but I'm alive and well. So where have I been? Why hasn't there been a video for like 2 months or whatever? Well, I'll tell you, because there's not much of a story, but I'm going to make one out of it. Because that's what we do here. Anyway, so usually when I've gone a long while without making a video, and I don't think I've actually ever gone as long as I have recently, but usually it's the case that I'm feeling really low or depressed or not up to making a video for whatever bad reason. And, you know, there have indeed been a few people reach out to me and say, "Are you all right, Rich? Are you still alive? Are you still going?" And thank you to those people. Yeah, I am, because it turns out that there's a second reason why you might not make a video for a while. Of course, the first reason is that you feel really bad. The second reason is that you actually feel really good, fine, no problems whatsoever, living your life, getting on with it as you want to, without the burden of BPD and MPD. And that's where I've been for the last 2 months. That's what I've been doing. I've been being fine. And the more time you spend being fine, the harder it is to get into this headspace of making a video about not feeling fine, right? The secret is, and I always wanted to avoid this as a content creator, right? The problem is that in order to keep making videos about this stuff, you have to live it. You have to stay in it. You have to be the person with BPD or MPD, whatever. And the more self-aware you become, the more you deal with your own stuff, the harder it becomes to stay in it, right? And so as time has gone on for me, and I've got better and better, and I've been more and more aware of the things I do because I have BPD, the things that are the BPD, all of that stuff, I've been able to say no to them and fight them off. And I've managed that to a point where I'm fine. I'm all good. There's no problems here. And so, I don't know, I'm not suffering from BPD. Yeah, is it always there? Probably, yeah, fine, but not much, not anymore. Little bits from time to time, but even when they come up, you go, oh, that's the BPD, and it goes away again. I'm starting to feel bad for all the people that are still making content after a while, because I'm finding it difficult to stay the person with BPD or the narcissist or whatever. It's all fading away. And look, this isn't me announcing that I'm shutting the channel down or never making another video, because, you know, in itself, all of this stuff is part of it. You know, we're coming to the end of my experiences with it and the end of my ability to talk about it as if I'm still in it. I still have a lot to say, to be perfectly honest. There's still a lot of stuff I'm making. But I'm certainly going to be concentrating on more fun projects. There's other things I've been working on. I think I put something on my community feed not long ago. Stuff that is just much happier and less mental health based, because I can't always stay in this anymore. And here's why I'm telling you this, really. It's coming out, it is an explanation as to why I've not made 3 videos a week for 2 months or whatever. And it's a reason why things are going to be slightly different and slowing down here. But it's also because there were times when I was brought home by the police because I was going to do something stupid to myself. There were times when I couldn't see how the pain I was going through was ever going to end. I didn't know how my life was going to get better or what that was going to look like. And I promise you, if you'd have asked me sort of 5, 6, 7 years ago, how, what is your life going to look like when it gets better? I wouldn't have said this. But here I am. And when I think of all the stuff that I would have missed out on, it's staggering, it's shocking, and it's a little bit scary. It's kind of like realizing a number of years after the fact that you had a near-death experience. And you're just so grateful for every moment that there's been between now and then. And everything that has happened. Because even the bad stuff, at least it's stuff happening. And it's stuff that moved me on to where I am. And where I am is unburdened by BPD. And one of the things that further confirms this for me, by the way, is that life is far from perfect right now. Right? I've got fires that need putting out, so to speak. And much like we all do. And the fact that that's happening and I'm not losing it is another key indicator here. Because, if I was still deep in the throes of BPD and panicking and all of that stuff, then my life right now would be very different. It wouldn't be so happy and settled and stressless because I'd be freaking out over everything. But the fact that I'm not just further goes to show, because you can, with BPD you can have good days and you can even have good stretches of time where you're pretty fine and balanced, and then the slightest thing comes along and destroys everything. And I've had many slightest things come along and none of them have destroyed everything. So I'm not claiming to be cured of BPD or anything, but hey, look where I am. Look where I am compared to where I was when I made my first video on here. It's staggering. And I've been a lot lower than I was when I first made a video. When I first made a video, I'd been in therapy for sort of 6 months to somewhere between 6 months and a year, I think. So I already wasn't as bad as I had been. And it's been a long journey and I've come a long way, etc., etc. But really my point is, in my darkest hours, I didn't think this would ever happen. That I'd ever reach this point and be doing as well as I am. I didn't see a way out. And yet, here I am. So, if you were at your lowest and in your darkest hour, and you can't see a way out, what you have to do is hold on. Is to look for the help, to seek out that help, and not stay in it like I see so many people doing, day after day, week after week, year after year. Just, oh, this BPD thing is happening. Oh, my BPD is kicking my ass today. Kick your BPD's ass one day. Right? Because something I've always tried to tell you all, just to remind you, and I know you know this, but I'm nothing special. If I can do this, you can. And look at me here. Right? I am miles away from where I started. So much so that it's worth making a video about. This break has been just 2.5 months of normal living, I mean, I have a whole ADHD thing going on that I'm trying to get medicated properly for, and that's its own set of stories. But from a BPD standpoint, I've been free of favourite people, of thinking, oh, my friends hate me, of thinking I don't deserve love and will never be happy, and so many other things, all the things that came with BPD, that are hanging on to my trauma, so many things. Do you know how long it's been since I've been angry? This is so doable. And to think that I nearly brought an end to everything over this. BPD isn't my life anymore. It's not controlling me. It doesn't decide anything for me anymore. It's just quiet and gone. Maybe it's still there a little bit. Maybe it could come back. I don't know. I hopefully won't know for some time, but even then, I'm now equipped to deal with stuff. I think you can too. I think everybody can. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? But I think what you do need is to have that spark. You have to have that decision made to go ahead and do this stuff, to get out of it. And get off Twitter and Instagram and God, even stop watching me, for God's sake. Because all we do is we talk about how bad things are, and people sit there and they go, yeah, I feel like that. And then we just sit there, wrapped up in our blanket, our BPD blanket. You know what? While we're wrapped up in that blanket, we're sat on the BPD bed. And until you get out of the bed, these blankets are still there. And you have to sort of take a break from it all. Stop reading about it. Stop following it. Stop accepting it. Say no to it. Fight back. I know it's sometimes easier said than done, because there were times when it certainly was for me. But like I say, I'm glad I'm still here. No regrets there. None whatsoever. I'm free to have head colds and snot and whatever is going on in my ears. But you know, by and large, I'm free of it. Come on then. Let's do it. Let's get free of it. Let's say no to it. Let's fight it. To think I almost died over this. Because BPD is a memory now. It's not a lived experience anymore. It's a memory. It's not my today. It's my yesterday. I remember how bad I felt, but I don't feel that. You take care. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.